Hello everybody. Hey, today I want to talk about bow grips. And I don't, watch out Daisy. And I don't necessarily mean the style, you know, like dished or locator. I'm talking about grip material. And that's, to me, that's a big thing with my longbows down here in the south right here. And so, you know, with recurves and things like that, you know, I don't put a grip on it. But all of my longbows have one. And first I'll show you some, I got a few longbows laying right here. First I'll show you some of the grip materials that I have on some bows, and some of them, a couple of them I put the stuff on there. But some of them came, you know, and they are like they are. And I don't dislike them so bad that I took it off. Well, one of them I did. But anyway, it's, for me, I hunt down here in the south. It's hot and humid most of the time. You know, you deer hunt from September to first week of January. But September and sometimes October can be really hot. Then the rest of the year is pretty decent. But then you hunt pigs during the spring, and it could be hot then. And you hunt pigs in August, and it can be really hot then. So most of my thoughts are towards hot weather hunting. And so this first bow I got, this is actually a Schultz bow built by John Schultz. And I've noticed on a lot of his bows he does this, but it has it's a leather grip, but it's called a wrap grip. It don't have any sewing on the front of the bow there, and it cuts perfect to fit. And I've seen some have it overlap, but that's it right there. You can see where it's in the center. It's cut, but it's not as prone to slipping because it's glued all the way around, and it's just not prone to slipping. This is a perfect grip, by the way. The man knew what he was doing building bows. So this is called a dish grip. You know, it's got the little dish in it. Really super good feeling grip right there. And but anyway, if I'm gonna have a leather grip, this is pretty good. I think I'd rather have this than one sewed, and I'll show you why in just a second. But that's you know, when you order a bow, a lot of times in longbows you'll have an option of a wrap grip or a sewn grip. Well, for me, I'm going to get the wrap grip because I like that better. The next one I have, this is a bow made by Tracy Potter here. It's a bamboo backed Osage. This is a fine bow. It's got a heel style grip. You may notice a lot of my bows are heel style. That's my favorite bow. But this one is the leather again, but it's sewn. It's laced. I guess you'd say laced in the front. And I mean, this is pretty good stuff too. The only thing I don't like about these is sometimes maybe they didn't glue it all the way around, but almost every one that I've had that was laced ended up twisting and slipping in there. I could feel that move a little bit then. But anyway, they're good grips, so that's what you like. I know some guys that actually use those laces to help them line their hand up. But the leather, on both leathers, tend to get sweaty and soggy a little bit for me. But this is a good grip. And I like this full heel style grip, but the grip material, this is a good grip. You may have seen this bow on my buddy Chris Spikes. I loaned this bow to him. He really likes these kind of bows as well. And on his channel, you can probably see he kills a deer with this bow. But this is a cool bow right here. But that's a leather grip that's laced. Some places, I think Howard Hill Archery has option of a moose hide. And for me, if you're gonna do a grip like that or this, I like the beaver tail. I don't know how many of you guys have used the beaver tail grip. It's got a little stickiness about it. I really like the beaver tail. One thing you'll notice on these two bows, and I didn't put that on there, both of these have a piece of leather under the grip at the shelf there. That is a really cool deal. I was looking at some of Howard Hill his bows, his actual bows, and some pictures, and they had that as well. And that's functional there. This one here, you see it? What it does, it makes the shelf a little wider to keep your air on the string. And if you have it raised just a shade, it won't affect your arrow flight, especially if you make an angle here and it cuts back towards the string. It won't affect your arrow flight, and it helps keep your arrow on the string because it's a little higher. And also, this rise right here is good for a locator for your hand. So there's some good things about that. You may notice that on a lot of my bows here. There's that one. Tracy Potter put this one on there. That's cool stuff right there. Oh, knock the camera down. Got to be careful. You ought to see me fishing sometime. It's worse. All right, another leather grip. This is on my self bow here. This is a wrap grip. I did this myself. It's pretty sloppy. I'm no craftsman. I just build stuff I try to build stuff that works. And this bow shoots good. I'm sure it'll get the job done. But I just cut I had a big piece of leather and I cut me some strips about this wide and I wrapped it. I put leather, kind of glued the leather as I wrapped it. That's a pretty good feeling grip. It won't slip on you or anything. And one thing I also like about this is if your grip, say you buy a bow and you wanted a little more heel in it. Well, if you wrap it yourself, you just get your wraps closer together here and make it thicker, and you got more heel in your grip right there. So that's a leather wrap grip. There again, it'll get a little soggy and sweaty, but if you pull it tight and glue it, it won't move on you. So that's the 3 leather that I have right there. And those could be beaver tail. Beaver tail makes a good grip. It's a little sticky. I like it when it's wet. Then I just got this bow. And it has this is a first for me. Donnie Wilkerson built this bow. It has an alligator grip. It's laced, but it has alligator. And it kind of makes me reminds me of beaver tail, the feel of it. So that's an option there on his bows at least, as long as he has the alligator skin. And this is my favorite grip. This is on my favorite bow, my Northern Mist Classic. It's a Howard Hill style bow. Some people call them ASLs. I like to give credit where it's due. Howard Hill made these type bows famous, so this is a Howard Hill style longbow. This has a tennis wrap on it. I really like the tennis wrap. I just put this on there. I had like a bicycle inner tube top. I'm sure y'all seen the little sleeve on here, and that works good, but it gets sticky. Excuse me, and it moves a little bit, but this won't move, and it feels good. It actually looks pretty decent too. And I tried to find some black leather, but I couldn't find it. And then I remembered that I don't like the sogginess of it, so I put this on. I got this on several bows. And all I got to do, like I said, I just put it on there. I got to put I'll push me a little piece of leather in there like on those others to make my shelf a little wider and help hold the arrow on, and it'll help me about my locating. But if you want to, and you can do the same thing here, say if I wanted to make a heel here in it, and it's a straight grip, I'd spread my wraps out and then get them closer and closer and closer, and that'd build it up if I wanted to do something like that. I think you can buy 2 of these for like $10, but that makes a good grip. It won't slip, won't move on you. I got a homemade bow in there. I've had one on for probably 10 years. But that's a different style of grips that I use, and this is the one I like the most right here, followed by probably this one second that I wrap myself. And you could probably buy strips of leather that look much better than that. I'm not all about looks, I'm about function. So there you have it. For you guys, mostly longbow guys have grips on their bow. Those are some different options for grips. And like I said, I really like this. The only reason I didn't put the rubber one on my self bow and did that wrap leather is I just felt like it'd be a sin to put that rubber on a self bow, so I put leather on there. If it wasn't for that, I'd have put the rubber on it. All right, y'all keep the good Lord first. Just talking about grip material here. This is it makes a difference, and you can find what you like, but this one feels really good, really good. And you got to remember though, and most bows are built, like longbows are built with a grip on them, so the riser, the handle is actually a little smaller than intended, because when you put the grip on it, you know, it makes it bigger, and then that's supposedly the desired size. So if you put this grip on there, it's gonna probably be a little bigger than leather would be, because you know leather's pretty thin. But you have to keep that in mind as well before you go cutting your piece of leather off. And you could, if it's a really thin leather and you wasn't sure, you could wrap this around it and try it. And if you didn't like it, pull this off, and you know, it's no foul. So hope y'all watch this video. Hope you like this video and get something out of it. I try to, you know, when I first began, I thought what you bought on a bow was what you had to have. That's the beauty of these bows. You can do what you want to with them. And now that's for me, because I don't think about resale value, because when I buy a bow, it's for killing. I've horse traded tons of bows, but like this one here is to keep, and my son will probably inherit this bow, and it'll be used. So saying all that, if I had something on it I don't like, I'm gonna take it off and put what I want on there. Do the same to your bow. Make them fit you. Thank y'all for watching. Keep the good Lord first. We're getting closer and closer to deer season every day. See y'all on the next one.